Welcome back to JH Diesel. We have made it back home to our great state of Florida. And guys, we have been working on some stuff here. While I've been out of town, Justin started working on some stuff for me. He's getting the Burnout truck ready to go for the Bristol Cletus and Cars, which is next weekend, September 2nd. And then 3rd, do not forget, we have the Bristol 1000 coming up. So guys, we're coming off a strong win after Indy. We won our Indy Burnout Rivals competition. And then we got 2nd place in the Indy 800. So close. We were riding the ass of Kevin there, man. I should have been a little more aggressive, but I didn't want to win by spinning someone out or anything like that. So that's, in those serious races, I don't want to do that. But anyways, guys, Justin's already started on the Burnout truck. We'll show you some clips of that. We are going to be upgrading the torque converter to a 4,000 stall torque converter, get her a little bit of stall in her, and then we're going to be going and putting a camshaft in it. We've got a camshaft Dr. Tunamal hooked me up with. We got that with the valve springs, push rods, all my components. So we're going to make this truck scream. She's ready to rip. Already come off a win, so we know with a little bit more horsepower, there's a big pad layout for Bristol, so we need some more horsey powers. And so we're going to be adding, we're hoping the cam gives us about 80 to 100 horsepower, plus our nitrous shot, and we're probably going to convert our fuel over to 110. So guys, check it out. We're going to get our converter put in, and on top of that, get the camshaft installed, and then see how she does. Check it out, guys. Thank you so much. And also, thank you so much. If you don't mind, heading over to baldeagle.com, grab some JH Diesel merchandise. Everything in stock on the website, ready to rip. Thank you guys so much again.
We're back on this old girl. We're going to do a cam and a converter. So while Justin's out of town, I'm going to go ahead and put the converter in it. Just get it done this afternoon. That way, when he gets back, we can do the cam, and we're ready to go for Bristol. Here it is, the new converter. I just pulled it out of the box. I'm gonna throw some trans fluid in it and get it shoved back in there. She's a little baby compared to what was in there. There we go. Nice and shiny, ready to go back together. Start sliding it back in there, getting it all put back together. Alrighty, so we got the truck back here in the back. I got the converter changed. I showed you guys a little bit of that. Like I said, it's real hard to film because I didn't pull the trans out of it. I just slid it back enough to get the converter in it. So I got it back here now in the other shop. We're gonna start tearing the front of this thing apart and get a cam put in it. Let's start getting this thing pulled apart. I got the headers pretty much unbolted. I say we take them out of here. Go ahead and get these valve covers pulled off. I already pulled that one off. I'll show you on pulling this one off. Oh, we're getting down to the meat and potatoes of it now. Go ahead and pull the cam gear off. I'm just going to lay the chain to the side. I'm We gotta pull this little cover off. All right, now there's a little trick that I found on the old interweb. There's two holes right here. You run a 5/16 wooden dowel in those that holds the lifters up. So I got to get a couple 5/16 dowels, and then we'll go on with that. Time to do the cam. With the LS's, I've been told you take a 5/16 wooden dowel and you insert it just like this one's inserted. There's two holes here, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this one in. We'll pull the cam out and put the cam in. So let you guys take a look. All right, so those are in. We have our cam here. You can see on the card, this is a 603 lift cam, and it's a 222 duration at 50 thousandths. We've got the cam all lubed up. Let's go ahead and get this thing slid in place and get this thing making some bumpity bump bump songs. The time has come. Alrighty, that's what we want to see. One step closer. And like I said, these rods hold the lifters up in place. They should technically stay, I guess, but this is like a safety thing. So now we'll pull these back out. And we are good to go. We're also going to go ahead and put valve springs in it. So got this tool right here. This goes in the spark plug hole, and then you can charge the cylinder with air so the valves don't drop down while you take the retainer clips off and pull the valve springs out. So I'll let you guys watch me do that. You bolt this little plate into the spots where the rockers go. And then you've got a piece that slides on here and pushes the valve springs down, which you'll see all that as I go. At that point, once you get the keepers out, the springs obviously come right off. You pull those springs off, you take a pair of pliers and you reach down in here. And you pull the valve guide seals out, which are also the bottom alignment plates for the stock springs. We're going to replace all this. Now you get these new bottom locator plates. You go ahead and slide those on. And then you get a little bit the umbrella style valve seals. You slide those on top of the valve stems. And you take a 12mm socket on an extension and slide that down over it, and that fits pretty good on the valve seal. And smack them down on there good. Once you get them on there, I take a little hammer. Just make sure they're all the way seated down on there. You take these new valve springs, slide them over there. You keep top retainer rings. Slide our plate back over the top. I try to line these up a little bit where when the valves start the springs start coming down, they'll be pretty lined up. I watch them as the retainers are starting to go down over the valves. Watch them, make sure you're not hitting the top of a valve. Here's the new little keeper clips. They send you a brand new set of them. Got 4 of these, 2 of them go on each valve. And I take a little bit of assembly lube. I didn't on the first couple. It was kind of a pain to get them to sit in there, so. You slide this old girl down in there. I just take a little screwdriver, move the spring over a little bit where it'll swing around to the harder spot to get it in, hold it in place. Same thing again, a little assembly lube. Start backing your center bolt off. Now we've captured our little keeper clips in there. The valves are tight on the retainers. Now we just back this off, take this apart, do it all over again 3 more times. Valve springs are in and done. Move to the next step.
Well, I've been in and out on this project here. I was in Vegas, got back. Justin's been busting his ass on it. And he's got the camshaft in right now. We got our fresh camshaft we got from our boy Dr. Tunamal. He came in yesterday, put a base file in the truck. So it's got a base file in it, so it should run off what we have. We got the 4,000 stall converter already installed. Justin did that last week.
Valve springs are in it.
Valve springs are in it. Push rods are going to be going in it. It is going to be an absolute unit. We're hoping we get about 80 to 100 horsepower out of putting the cam in it, and then obviously the new tune, and we're going to go over to 110 fuel. So if we can get 100 horsepower out of this thing, that would be like pretty awesome, just for the fact that we were bumping the nitros before. So my goal now will be to hit 2nd gear, maybe 3rd gear on spray, but definitely 2nd without even having to spray it. So this thing should do like 80 or 90 mile an hour in 2nd gear, and I think that might be enough. We already did 1 win in it, so Bristol's a lot bigger pad. We need some more power, and this thing's gonna be set up and ready to rip. So we'll get back to working on it and get her back together.
And with that big converter, that's gonna make a huge difference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that big converter's gonna help out a lot. It'll get that power right when we need it. So
get it in the power band when it starts.
Yep. No, it's ready to rip. It's gonna be a ripper. Can't wait. Man, oh man, she is back together. How you feeling, bud?
I feel good.
Think it's gonna be good?
I think it's gonna be kind of nasty.
Think it's gonna be nasty? How's it gonna idle? We got Dr. Tunamal to put a base file in it, as we said earlier, and so we are gonna fire this girl off and see how she sounds. This thing's pretty ragged, dude. This thing is, the bed smashed. I mean, gotta figure out a name for this thing. I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure out something.
Call it garbage.
It is garbage. It was my trash truck. So I guess, you want to try firing it up?
Yep.
All right.
See what she does.
You don't want to do the honors?
No, you go ahead.
Moment of truth. Hit the keywords.
Did it rev up on its own?
Yeah.
I wonder what would even make it do that. It's fly-by-wire, right?
No, it's the throttle cable. These are cable. Oh, how's the throttle on? It's closed. That's weird.
She wants to go to the moon, bud.
Yeah, she wasn't playing around, but it's throttle cable, so what would make it go?
Start it. I want to see if the...
I mean, I'm not touching the throttle
The throttle thing's not moving. Hold on. I know what it is.
What?
I bet that exhaust piece that I haven't welded up yet. I wonder if that's it, that EGR, if it's got vacuum leak.
Shouldn't. Oh, it has a vacuum leak?
Yeah, vacuum leak, it'll make it idle high.
Let's weld that thing up
Yeah.
real quick. I don't know. Well, we're thinking this big old hole in the intake here is why it's doing that. We left the EGR pipe off, and we're going to cap it off. So this is a competition-only vehicle. It'll never be driven on the street. I just want you guys to know that. So also, the EPA, you're probably watching this. Keep it in mind, competition-only vehicle. That's why we're doing that. Well, we're going to try that again, huh?
Yeah, I can just try it again.
Try it
got
again.
it this time.
Vacuum leak seems to be fixed.
It's a huge hole in the side of the intake. I'd say that was probably... Might have to adjust that tune a little bit. Easy there, cowboy.
I thought we were going through the wall.
I thought you were going through the toolbox for sure.
That converter comes on pretty hard.
Yeah. Yup. Put a new power steering pump on it too, because power steering wasn't working.
You killed camera.
Well, let's see how she does. Yeah, it don't have too hard of a time spinning the tires.
Not at all. Holy crap.
It gets
And
them up
she
there
wants
pretty
to
quick.
Get up there and scream.
Yeah. Part of the idling thing may be too. We've got like 93 in it. It's supposed to have 110 in it. It's a 110 tune, so.
Yeah, it might be a problem too, but I'm thinking it should still idle, but dude, I mean, it's like, oh man.
I was like American flag waving.
Blowing that off there, dude. It's idling, or it's running like it's right there now, dude. Holy crap! I'm hoping we gain a good little amount. We'll see. So, cam is installed. She does run. So, we need to get this thing on a dyno.
For sure.
That'll be the next thing. We'll get this rig on a dyno, see how she does, and then we're going to Bristol Motor Speedway for Cletus and Cars 2023 and the Bristol 1000. So keep it in touch, guys. Thing is ready to rip. Let's go.